Welcome to my 5th Blu-ray and DVD movie update. Here we go again. Let me start off by saying something. I went to some place a couple weekends ago, and it was called Rock and Shock. I felt bad because I was only there for about 30 to 45 minutes, and I ran out of money quick. But let me show you some of the stuff I got. First thing is... God, I love that mask. I regretted buying it at first, but I've grown to love it. It cost me $25, and then I came to realize that if you buy a mask from a store, it's like $10-15. This is a high-quality mask for $25, so it wasn't really that big of a loss. Usually the masks you get at the stores are like, I love it! They had this really cool one where the part of it was missing, and it had the hatchet slice, and I was like, I'm gonna get that one. Then I grabbed the wrong one, paid for it, and left, and I'm like, what's this? The fuck? Next thing I got are 3 movie posters. Let me show you the first one. First one is a fan-made poster, and I loved it. I saw it on the internet, and I'm like, I have to get this somewhere. So I decided to wait till Rock and Chuck, and lo and behold, they had it. It is for Jaws. And it's got a little tear right there. Not the poster itself, but the plastic. That's fine, I'll get that fixed. Jaws. It has some images in the background, kind of like a 50s thing. It's got the shark eating Quint. Try to get that so the freaking Oh, that works a little bit better. Nah, well, yeah, it does. Let's just use this. It's got the girl swimming naked and the shark on top. It's a very awesome poster. You got Hooper in the back of the orca, which is the boat, and Rhodey trying to shoot the shark. It's a very awesome poster. I wish there wasn't so much glare. I'll give you a link to... maybe I'll just show you the image of the poster. After I'm done showing each poster, I'll just stream them all together in one picture. The next poster is for Jaws 2. It's a Japanese poster. So it's got like the same kind of thing with the pictures in between everything. It's awesome. It's got the infamous picture of Jaws trying to go after the surf girl in the background. I thought they would have Jaws 3, but I didn't see it. But then I got this very awesome thing. It's another fan-made poster that is for Sharknado. It's with the part where the guys want to go inside the shark with the chainsaw. It's a badass poster. I love it. Alright, now during the course of me telling you all the movies I got, there are about, I want to say, 5 movies I got at Rock and Shock. I spent over $100-something there, because the posters were $10 each. So that's 55, and I spent about 65 on movies. So yeah. Okay, let's start off with my Blu-rays. First up, from Universal Pictures, I got The Purge on Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. I actually watched this, and I actually really, really enjoyed it. Most people are like, it should have been like a broader spectrum of what was going on. I think it should settle on for each sequel to be a different story. If you had the first one be everything that was going on, then you wouldn't have any sequels that could even be top be able to top it or be worse or even in the middle, but this is a very good movie. I was very surprised. I heard some decent things about it. So, yeah, that's The Purge. Next up from Warner Brothers, it is The Conjuring on the Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Look at that. Look at that. He claps in the background for you. What a good kid. I watched this movie as well, and it was not as scary as I was hoping. Maybe because I overhyped it just a little bit, and it's kind of like Sinister to me. Sinister wasn't that scary until a little bit later when I started thinking about it. But The Conjuring, I think, is a lot better than Sinister, and Sinister was also a very good movie. So The Conjuring it's a pretty good movie, and yeah, it's rated R for being just scary. No, there's a little bit of blood towards the end, but otherwise it is a straight up scare fest. It's kind of like Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, the remake. They rated that R for being just scary, so that's not the first time anything like this has happened. This is my favorite movie I got for the Blu-rays out of the three of them. So that is Pacific Rim on the Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. I was going to get the Blu-ray 3D because I want to get a 3D TV, but I didn't have the money for it. And I actually watched this on Blu-ray. I usually don't watch my movies on Blu-ray when I first get them. It has to be something spectacular. But I had the option to watch it on Blu-ray. And I usually don't notice Blu-ray differences. I haven't seen the DVD, but I could tell it looks amazing on Blu-ray. All the lights and color, it made it look so amazing. And it's a very awesome movie. I'm not kidding. It's not just a shout out to people who had great childhoods watching Power Rangers and Godzilla. This actually has a lot more going for it, like good story. Some of the characters are a little bit generic, and I love the whole concept of them having to be in the same mind state. It's a very good movie. And, yeah. That does it for my Blu-rays. And also, speaking of Godzilla, I have something cool. It's not the best, but it's cool. Because I didn't get the original version, because I want to get that on Blu-ray with the, you open the thing and the Godzilla pops out of the top, and I already kind of spoiled what I have. But that is Godzilla, the American version. I heard so many people hate this movie. I haven't seen the Japanese version. I watched most of this one. I haven't finished it. But from what I could tell, very interesting. I've watched so many reviews on Godzilla, and I know that it took place in a time where people were still afraid of nuclear fallout or war, and these were made by people who firsthand experienced it, and it's kind of a tug at their heartstrings, like, oh my god, could this really happen? Like a giant monster coming out of the ocean. So yeah, Godzilla's a classic. Black and white. I got one other Godzilla movie that is, how do you pronounce it? Godzilla vs. Biollante. Biollante. I recently found out that this was a very new DVD release. Like, it hasn't been released on DVD ever before. And I got it at Kmart for like $5 because Miramax releases a lot of old titles for $5 on these types of DVDs. And I heard this is actually a very good Godzilla movie. Can't wait to watch it. I really can, actually. So, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Check it out. Next up, we have a movie that I was actually going to wait to do this to get ticks. It's just because I found out these were made by the same company, and I decided to do the Blu-ray and DVD update now instead of waiting to get ticks. And by the time I would have gotten ticks, not like Ticks in Real Life, a movie called Ticks, it would have been out of October. And I got this movie instead. That is Night of the Scarecrow. I watched this, and it was pretty good for a low-budget 90s film, mid-90s. And it was actually very gory. I was surprised they went through with a lot of gore, such as the chopping up with the body with the whatever that form of equipment was, and all the slicing and dicing. It was pretty gory for a movie that took place in an era where MPAA was pretty hard on film. This is the last thing I got at Rock and Shock. It was also the first thing I picked up. this is the last thing I'm going to show you before I got from Rock and Shock. That is VHS 2. I got it with a slipcase, but the slipcase is so loose that it's not even funny. That I might not even keep it on there. I have seen most of the first VHS, and it terrified me. I was not kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. That film really creeped me out. So when I saw the trailer for VHS 2, and I'm like, So, yeah, that's VHS 2 for you. I heard it was much better than the first movie, and I already liked the first movie a lot. So why would I not like the second one? So that's VHS 2. Next up, I recently have been getting into this movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to see it soon, and that is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yes, I've never seen this movie, and that's kind of weird coming from a guy who loves cheesy movies. And I heard this is as cheesy as it gets, and it looked kind of like The Blob from some scenes, like the remake or even the original, where an alien-type creature is invading a small town, and it's kind of like the 50s type vibe. So, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space I'm gonna definitely watch this soon. Here we have a movie that I've already reviewed, and I'll put a link to the review in the description below, along with any other movie that I don't think I have anymore that I've reviewed. So, that is Curse of Chucky. I watched this 2 times already, maybe even 3. And I love it. It's my favorite Child's Play movie, no doubt. I think it is very well written, very well casted, and Chucky looks scarier than ever. Well, maybe not as scary as in part 1 or 2. Maybe even 3. But he's a very good, cool icon. And Brad Dourif comes back, and he's also the greatest voice Chucky could have. He also plays his human form, which is pretty cool. Hope I didn't spoil too much there. Probably not. I haven't really gone into depth about it, so I'm good. This has turned into my longest DVD and Blu-ray movie update yet. But here's a movie that I've watched probably 3 or 4 times. I love this movie. It is called No One Lives. It is so freaking awesome. And I was going to get it on Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, and now I got this little stupid thing right there from stupid old Walmart. I watched this the first time, and I loved it. I loved the ending. I loved everything about it. It was such like a throwback to 80s horror movies with a touch of modern. So, it's a definite must-see. Next up, we have a movie that when it came out, it was so overhyped, and I haven't seen it yet. And that was back in 2007, and that is The Strangers. I've been getting into the home invasion movies ever since I heard about You're Next and saw the trailer for You're Next. Dude, that movie looks awesome. I didn't see it in theaters, unfortunately. Yeah, but this is the unrated version. I got it for like $5 at Walmart. So I hope it's a good buy. Here we have a movie that I rented a very long time ago. I never watched it. I just gave it back and I'm like, I don't want to watch this because I'm lazy. But then I watched the trailer and looked at some reviews over the years, and people seem to enjoy this movie. So, and then I watched the trailer again very recently. I'm like, I'll buy it on Amazon. It's a very low price, and I think it's going out of print soon. Or it already is. I'm not sure. But that is for Detour. It says in the back, one of the critics calls it somewhere between the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the Hills of Eyes, a throwback to the days of the slasher film. And also one of my favorite old sites that went down a couple of years ago, maybe like 4 or 5. Wait. Like 4. And it's called Slasher Pool. I love slasherpool.com when it was up. And it said one of the best independent horror movies of the new millennium. I was like, what? I didn't see that before. So I'm definitely going to be checking out Detour soon. The last couple movies I got are from Mystery Train. I made a video a while back, which I'll put a link to in the description below, of when I went on a trip to Mystery Train. And the first one I got is from Anthropophagus. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's a very gory, graphic movie, I heard. And I wanted to see it for a very long time, then I finally got the chance to buy it. Now I'm going to have to watch it. Wish me luck. Here's a movie that I'm going to have to glue the case on the side a little bit to, and that is for Deadly Blessing, a film that was released by Scream Factory. And it looks so weird, but I was drawn to it. I'm like, Scream Factory released it. I want to get everything they have, because they're a very cool company. If they ever run out of print, I'll have all their stuff. And it has the reversible cover, like everything else they do most of the time. It just looks so bizarre. Kind of like, to me, it reminded me of I Drink Your Blood and Invasion of the Blood Farmers. But, Yeah, Deadly Blessing. Alright, last but not least, I have a series that I got at Mystery Train. I heard it was going to Blu-ray, but I heard the Blu-ray was okay-ish, and I wanted them all on DVD more, so I found this for like $10 at Mystery Train. And that is the Amityville Horror First Trilogy, or the original trilogy collection. And it has the Amityville Horror, which I never had a good version, not a good clean disc of. Amityville 2, The Possession, also didn't have a good clean disc of. I never had this one, and that is Amityville 3, The Demon, which I didn't even know they put the demon on the cover. It also comes with this Amityville Confidential little booklet thing. So, yeah. Can't wait to watch this. I really can't. I'm not kidding. I've seen the first one. I don't remember much about it. I've seen the second one. Don't remember much about it. I haven't seen the third one. I've seen the remake. Love the remake. And I own part 4, which is a very hard thing to find. And I own which one is it? Where is it? I'm not sure, but I own another one. And so, yeah. Alright, I don't think this is my biggest collection I've shown of updates, but this is probably the longest video I've done for one of these. So thank you all. If you stuck through it all, I give you props, and I really appreciate it. And I forgot what I was gonna say. How do I do my outro? Oh, that's right. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, and to leave comments and subscribe.